Another really cool thing that they announced was the Nest Hub Max.
Yeah.
This was so cool. I geeked out over it today when I was researching for our
Why?
podcast.
Why do you
Well,
like it?
it's cool. Like a lot of people here in California have the Facebook or the Amazon one just in their kitchen.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah,
those yet.
it actually looks pretty slick in a kitchen.
Hmm?
I even have a friend that mounted it on their wall, so it just kind of looks like a really neat security device. And then it's a picture phone. You can talk to people in it. It tells you the weather. You can control your thermostat with it. You can bring up, music if you're in your kitchen. It's just like saying, Alexa, play this song, and then, but you can call your friends. Now, the problem with it is my friends that have it, they have to call people that also have it. So if you have an Amazon one, they also have to have an Amazon one. One of the
Okay.
cool things about this Nest Hub Max is that you can use Google Duo with it, which
Yes,
comes with any Android phone. So if you have a Samsung phone or a
you
Pixel
can do it,
phone,
but only
you can,
Android to Android.
well, you can get Duo for iOS. You can,
Oh, okay.
but then you have to tell your friends to download it.
Sure.
Um, yeah, and I mean, it would be great if it could do FaceTime. I mean, really, that's where Apple could shine through. All of us have iPhones. We all have Mac computers that have FaceTime. If Apple can do something better, I know they have a competitor, but FaceTime, I think, is really a way to open it for them. Now, the Facebook one is really cool because when you walk around the kitchen, it follows you, which is really neat. And all of your friends have Facebook and all of your friends can accept video messages and conferences. So that's what I think makes the Facebook one great. Here's the neat thing about the Nest Hub Max that was announced today is that it also has the camera that follows you around the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I think that's really neat. One thing that makes this even better than the Facebook and the Amazon one is that it actually acts as a security camera when you're gone from the house. So it will detect movement, and if someone breaks in, you get pictures of everything they're doing.
Mm-hmm. You know what made me just a little bit disappointed about it?
Uh-huh.
This is a Google device. Why not just make it like an Android box or like it you should be able to install Skype. You should be able to install third-party apps.
They've dumbed
But
it down.
yeah, they've
It's
totally
basically
dumbed
a
it.
tablet that they've dumbed down, right?
Yeah. So, but why? Right?
Well, they want it for, people like mom and dad that don't want to spend time installing software on a tablet and then mounting it on their kitchen wall, and I mean, technically you could install Skype on,
On a tablet.
on a tablet and just
Yeah.
call someone with it. And you could also
Yeah.
have it put your pictures in the background. There's several apps that can do that for you. But what this does is it dumbs it down, makes it simple for mom and dad or anyone, and then they can just call their friends and family. They can have their pictures on of their latest vacation,
Mm.
and I think it's really slick.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't want to buy it is because number one, last year's model seemed pretty cool, and it was more expensive. Now this comes out, it's way better. So if I buy it this year, is there going to be something way
What's
cooler next
happening
year?
next year? Well,
Exactly.
I would love to hear the sound quality on this Max because it now has stereo sound. It's got deep woofers, um, and high frequency tweeters. So I've got the Google Home and the Google Home Mini,
Right.
and the Google Home Mini. What's that?
You have both of them?
Both. I have a Google Home Mini downstairs, and I've got that hooked up to my Shield TV, and I used to have a Chromecast
Device,
before I got
right?
my Shield. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so voice activates, can starts up Netflix, all kinds of cool stuff. I enjoy it. But the sound quality is terrible out of the Google Home Mini and is not so great out of the Google Home compared to what I had before, which was a Bose docking station for my iPhones.
Cool.
So the Bose had gorgeous sound, and I'm hoping that this new Max, this Nest Hub
Okay.
Max, has great deep sound. And just like the Google Home Max, like they've got those big ones that are supposed to be awesome speakers. I'm
Yeah.
hoping they've got something like that with a screen. If
Well,
that's
here's the
what it
thing.
is, I want it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great, but how much cooler would it be if you rigged your house with your surround sound system upstairs so that it was connected to this Nest Hub Max? That way, if you're cleaning the house or if you have friends over, you can say, start smooth jazz or whatever you want to do.
In the kitchen, and yeah.
Yeah, in the kitchen, and then that way you're not listening to these tin can speakers. And another thing, the speakers make it hard to mount on the wall, so I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that design aspect either.
Mm.
I would personally rather have my own speakers that are hooked up to my
With
entertainment
external.
system.
Yeah.
Exactly, and make it
Like
external.
these Sonos ones are supposed to be really nice, and I mean, we've been waiting forever for Sonos to get Google Assistant on him. They've been promising it for at least a year and a half, so that should be coming shortly. And those are beautiful speakers. So really, all you need is the screen, and then hook it up to beautiful speakers externally.
Yes, there's a couple things I want to bring up with this. Did you know that the Facebook portal has a few other options that this lacks? For example, you can do augmented reality on the Facebook portal, which is fun for grandkids. You talk to them, you put on a silly cowboy hat with the augmented reality. You can't do that with the Nest Hub Max. Google
Not yet.
Duos, not yet.
Yeah.
That could be a software thing that's updated later. Also, did you know that not only does the Facebook portal work with your Facebook Messenger video chat, it also works with WhatsApp, which for you in Canada is huge. For me in the States, it means nothing.
Nobody
But if
cares.
you're an international user and you love WhatsApp, do you like how I always rip into WhatsApp every time we talk
Yes,
on this?
every time you're like, WhatsApp.
Yeah, but it can do that, and the Nest
Yeah.
Hub Max can't. The other cool thing is it's got gesture controls. So say,
Yeah.
for example, you're cooking chicken, you're slicing the chicken, you're making it thinner there's the slicing hands. Then instead of touching the screen, you can actually gesture it to pause and start up videos. So I think that's pretty cool. Now,
Yeah.
here's the creepy thing. It's got a face match here. So say you walk into the room. When you walk into the room, it sees you. It puts up your calendar for you.
Mhm.
Sharon walks up to it. It puts up her calendar for her. It knows who's looking at it, and it puts up your pictures for you. And when you're
Mm.
both in the room, it combines the calendars together. What?
Yes. I can totally see this like Minority Report. Remember when he was
Yes.
walking through? Excuse me.
When he's walking through.
When he's
Yeah.
walking through and the advertisements start talking
They
to him,
changed. Yeah.
and they were scanning his retina, and they were giving him advertisements targeted towards him as if he was an Asian man. So it was very interesting.